pleasant good evening to everyone as we welcome you live to Chestertown, Maryland inside the Kane Athletic Center as we're just about set for tonight's non-conference volleyball matchup between the Marymount University Saints and your Washington College Shore women. As well, we're going to be live to Chestertown. Connor Flegel here if you'd like to bring you all the coverage of the Saints and the Shore women tonight inside of Kane Athletic Center. So thank you all for joining us tonight on the networks of Goose Nation TV and the Centennial Conference Digital Network. Just about set to go. Marymount tonight in the visiting blue jerseys, white letters and numbers on the far side of the court for set number one, while the Shorewomen in the home whites, the black libero jersey of Amy Brown on the near side here for the opening set. As Jasmine Roy serves up for Marymount, we are underway with tonight's match as Abby Smith on the return back to the Saints side, where it can be tipped over by Miranda Cooksey, dug up by Washington. Smith now with the first swing of the night back to the Marymount side. This one now attacked on the right hand of Alexa Markham. Dug up by Washington as Cassie Kowalski gets her first swing. Played up by the Saints for a right-hand attack from Michaela Johnson. Dug by Kowalski. And now Cassie with a left-handed swing off the top of the net. Falls out of bounds. Excuse me. That's the first point of the night. A long one. Goes the way of the Saints of Marymount University. That's the serve from Roy, handled by Rode. As Rand will sit up here for Smith to punch it over, and Abby will get a kill. So Smith on the kill. Taylor Moran, the setter for Washington, career assist number 3,016, second in school history. 286 assists away now from tying the all-time record set by Caitlin Ward of 3,302 assists in a volleyball career. If Taylor's going to get to that mark, he needs to pick it up just a little bit as the rest of the year goes along. He needs to average about 20 assists per match in order to get to that mark currently held by Ward. As Taylor comes in tonight averaging 8.27 assists per set. After averaging over 9 assists the last 2 years of her career. So those numbers for Taylor are a little bit down, but still has some time left in the season to pick it up as we go on throughout the rest of the year. Marymount with a 2-1 lead in our opening set. This one played over by Abby Hilty to the far side, dug up by Roy. And now throw it over here, but it goes out of bounds as Washington gets the point. And they change the Shorewomen starting lineup. Hilty, the freshman, is in. And Caitlin Marino, the junior and team's leader in kills per set, not in the starting lineup. In fact, not expected to play at all for the Shorewomen tonight. Still nursing that right knee injury that's bothered her for most of the season. Sitting out tonight because it's a non-conference match. And hopefully they hope to have her back in the lineup on Saturday when the team heads to Dickinson. Marymount with a 3-2 lead opening set. This one served by Teresa Buscemi. This shot gets partially blocked by, well, I thought it got blocked by Geisberger. Apparently it went wide of Elena and off of the out of bounce peg, which is the call. So Washington gets the point. There was a little bit of confusion down there on the court as Smith for Washington and Christy Tiemann for Marymount both grabbed the volleyball to initial the serve. Initiate the serve, I should say. Wow. My English is better than it sounds, I promise. As here's a right-hand swing from Markham, done over the back line by Kowalski. As this time Smith sets it up for Lizzie Baden into the match for the first time, dug up by Markham. And set up for a right-hand swing from Maya Cordry, which Washington days. Now Baden lets a shot go to the back line, played up by Roy. Set up on the near side for a right-hand swing from Markham, which clips the top of the net and falls in for the kill. 4-3 lead for Marymount. Second kill of the opening set for Alexa Markham, the freshman, kill number 72 on the season. As Celine Glenn will check in for the first time tonight for Marymount to serve. And her serve sails directly into the center of the net. So Washington gets the point. Opening set between the Saints and the Shorewomen tied up at 4 apiece. As Kylie Peach checks back in, and Sarah Bentley checks in for the first time to replace Elena Geisberger to serve. Bentley played sparingly when the season began. I've seen her playing time increase as the year has gone along, as has been the case the last couple of seasons as well. The shot gets hit long out of bounds by Cordry. Marymount won the tip, they didn't hit it. As Penner will serve. The senior, 19 aces for her on the year. Almost got one there as a serve clipped the top of the net. But the Saints are able to dig it out. Smith with the dig here. Moran sets it up far side for a right-hand swing from Baden. The back line played it by Nguyen. Set up for a right-handed attempt from Emily Abramitis, which Washington digs as Baden sends over the back line, diving dig made by the Saints. And now Abramitis again, dug by Smith. Comes back to the Marymount side where it's tipped over by Abramitis, who gets a kill. It's one off of Moran's fingertips, and then nobody else in the defensive effort. Back up the center of the court. So 5-5 the score as Roan, the libero, comes back in for Benton. Now Cordry will serve. Solid freshman campaign for the middle order for the Saints, 90 kills and 28 blocks entering tonight. As Smith with the dig here, Horan goes to the far side for Baden with a hard right-handed swing. And Lizzie puts it directly into the center of the net. The problem that Lizzie's had over the years can be a dynamic outside hitter, get you quite a few kills, but will also produce quite a few errors as well. The senior playing time drop off a little bit over the last week or two, but with the injury to Marino's knee keeping her out of the lineup tonight, they would think that they're a little bit more in that rotation behind Kowalski and Abby Smith. The shot doesn't make it over the net, now 6-6. As Horan, the senior from San Diego, California, will serve. 4th in the conference in assists, 6th in the conference in assists per set. This, of course, tonight a non-conference affair. As Marymount awarded the point here, off of a violation against Washington, as the Saints grab a 7-6 lead. Again, non-conference action tonight. As Washington will jump back into conference play on Saturday at Dickinson. Maggie Vineyard will serve. As Horan sets it up for Kylie Peets, whose shot almost got blocked by Miranda Cooksey, but Peets will get the kill. And a solid campaign is the freshman Peets from Salmon, Idaho. Kill number 59 on the season, 22 blocked shots as well. As Abby Hilty will serve. And Abby's serve goes about 3 or 4 feet long off the back line. Bounce. Back and forth first set continues between Marymount and Washington College, with the Saints up 8-7 first set. Best of 5 sets, each set to 25, have to win by 2, except for the 5th set where it's the first to 15. But again, you have the win by 2 condition. As Horan sets up Kowalski, Cassie's shot gets blocked, but Hilty there for the dig. Now Horan sets up Smith on the far side, and Abby gets a kill. 8-8 our score. And Abby Smith's father, Scott, as he is in most matches, in attendance, shooting photos and taking some video as well. In fact, until about 5 minutes before the match started, he was the only person here inside Keene Athletic Center. He and I were actually discussing that if anyone was going to show up to help and cheer tonight. But as the match starts here, a couple more people have trickled in. You can't see them on your screen because they're on the right side of the bleachers inside the Keene Athletic Center. Probably about 30 or 40 people showed up so far tonight. A couple more will probably trickle in as the night goes along. That's what tends to happen here inside of Keene. There's also women's soccer in action tonight at the same time. That match kicked off at 7 p.m. against 23rd ranked sophomore. As Kowalski with a left-handed kill here and ties the set at 9. Now Cassie, the very impressive sophomore from Wilmington, Delaware, killed number 139 of the season. Coming off of a freshman campaign where she caught a team lead 237 kills, and really has the potential to be a tremendous outside hitter over the remainder of her career. That's a very dynamic serve, as you'll see as the night goes along for Washington coach Jamie Elementary as well. This point goes to Marymount, now 10-9. As Tiemann serves it up here for the Saints, dug up by Kowalski. And now Rowan set this time to the far side. The Smith shot got tipped to the net, but the Saints there to dig it up. This shot comes for Ayana Moore, whose shot got blocked by Geisberger. Now it's knocked around, eventually goes underneath the netting as Washington gets the point. And again, it's a big set tied at 10. As Baden's back in for Hilty. And Abby Smith fifth in the conference in aces in her freshman campaign with 30 so far. Will serve that to go along with 73 digs, or 73 kills, and 157 digs and counting. Does this be a kill for Marymount as it gets tipped in front of a diving Horan? Night tonight full of lots of things. Women's soccer in action, Major League Baseball playoffs, and the opening night of hockey season. We thank you for free falling your way into our broadcast of the Saints and the Shore Women as Geisberger puts this shot well long past the back line into the bench of Marymount. As that'll give the Saints a 2-point lead, the first time that either team has been ahead by more than one so far in this opening set. As Horan throws this one over quickly, and that's something that Taylor has done very well over her 4-year career because she's the center, fakes like she's going to set, and tips it over quickly for the kill for Horan. That's kill number 44 in the season, after piling up 65 kills a season ago, which doesn't sound like a ton, but when you're the setter, 65 kills is quite a bit. This shot, so this serve from Bentley got returned all the way over the net, right into the outstretched arms of Lizzie Baden, who slams it back down for the block and the point. So after Marymount took a 2-point lead for the first time tonight, Washington with 2 points in a row ties the opening set at 12. And now Bentley serves one that catches the back corner. As Len let the serve go, it falls in for the point. 3 consecutive Washington points, a 3-0 run. The largest run from either team so far in this opening set. The Shore Women lead by 1. This one a free ball back to the Washington side. Smith plays it up. As Horan sets it up here a little bit awkwardly for Kowalski. Back to the Marymount side. They've got a chance for the free ball, blocked by Peets, dug up by Buscemi. Now this hard shot gets dug by Kowalski. Horan near the bleachers, keeps it alive. Smith has to freely play it back to the Marymount side, where it's set up for the attack by Cordry, gets blocked by Peets. Now thrown over here, nice diving there by Kowalski. Came over the top of the net into the outstretched arms of Abramitis, who blocked it out of bounds. Washington again survives and wins a long rally. It's a 4-0 Shore Women run. That's Washington ahead by 2, 14-12. As Bentley serve heading for the far side. Goes wide and out of bounds. So 4-0 run for Washington, and it's now 14-13. Marymount trailing and serving. Handled by Kowalski, so Horan sits up center of the court for Peets, but Kylie gets it wide. And out of bounds. Peets, again, a freshman, just improving as she gets more playing time. And really, if you talk to Coach Leventree, and frankly, if you're watching any of our broadcasts, as you can see, Kylie has that potential to become the next great middle hitter in the long line of pretty good middle hitters that Coach Leventree's had over the years. This is an era to kill for Washington. Started out with Jesta Norris, who wound up with 362 blocks and the school's all-time leading shot blocker. It's continued with Elena Geisberger, who led the conference in blocks a season ago and leads the conference in blocks this year. You can see it starting to level with Peets as well. Already 60 kills in the year and closing on 25 blocks also. Numbers that are very similar to what Geisberger managed to pile up as a freshman playing behind the Norris. This serve from Horan is Aaron, so 15-15 as Vineyard will serve for Marymount. Saints a very young team, but a very big team. 20 players in all on their roster. As Baden now on the right side takes the shot and gets the kill. She puts it through the arms of the blocker, Cooksey. 16-15 Washington ahead of what's been an absolutely back and forth opening set between these two. No team is led by more than 2. As Hilty, an awkward look on her serve, but gets it to the far side for the attack and the kill by Abramitis. Now 16 all. And it's for Marymount. Markham checks back in. Abramitis will serve. Marymount doesn't have one player that pops particularly at the outside hitter spot. As Horan sets up Kowalski, whose shot gets blocked by Cooksey, her 18th block of the season. That'll tie this, we'll give Marymount the lead back, I should say, at 17-16. These two teams have played in non-conference every year since 2008. As Marymount gets another point here off of Washington Air. Saints lead by 2, and Coach Leventree going to call for the first time out of the opening set. So we'll step aside as well. Neither team has led by more than 2 points in this opening set. Marymount currently with a 2-point lead at 18-16 and on serve here. As this return of serve by Rome goes all the way back over the top of the net into the outstretched right hand of Cooksey, who slams it down for the kill. Marymount now with the largest lead for either team in this opening set of 3 points at 19-16. Yeah, every year since 2008 now, Marymount and Washington have met in non-conference play. It's been the Saints. How good or how a little bit off the pace either one of these teams has been over the last 10 years. It's Marymount that's seemed to have the number of these short ones. Haran digs this shot. Now Kowalski plays it freely back to the Marymount side. Set up on the far side for a hard right-hand swing by Johnson, which was blocked out of bounds into the scorer's table. Now it's 20-16 Saints. Seeing the go with Marymount triumphing in straight sets, 25-18, 25-18, and 25-15. As this one comes back to the top of the net, gets slammed down by Cooksey. It's all Saints now as Marymount's taking a close set. They open up a 5-point cushion at 21-16. As this serve handled by Smith. Haran goes to the near side here for the left-hand swing from Kowalski. And Cassie not able to get it over the net as it comes off the side of her hand errantly. Now 22-16. We're going to have a whistle, and again, Coach Leventree going to have to call for a timeout. So another very quick 4-0 spurt out of the last Washington timeout. That's put Marymount ahead 22-16 on Precision TV in the Centennial Conference. Big run here by Marymount has put the Saints ahead 22-16 as Peets rises up for the shot, which got blocked, and they got blocked off of the face of Abby Smith and back down for the kill, as that one was just a matter of bad luck for Washington as the Saints blocked that shot. And instead of the ball coming straight down, it ricocheted all the way to the far side off of Smith's face and down for the Marymount point. As the Saints are taking this very close back and forth set, open up a 7, now an 8-point cushion. Actually make it 6. The referee's going to say that ball got tipped at the net. So the point for Washington finally breaks the run. But not before Marymount's able to open up a 6-point cushion at 23-17. As Amy Rode will serve. Geisberger back in for Peets. As we're at 23-17, Marymount ahead by 6. I mentioned the Saints' luck against Washington. Marymount leads the series 20-15. They've won the last 3 meetings in a row, all by sweep. And 7 of the last 8 overall. The Saints have had a tremendous amount of success against Washington in non-conference action. It hasn't really seemed to matter what the teams' records have been in those meetings. The Saints have always found a way to get the better of these shore women. As this hard attack dug by Rue, as Haran goes for Smith for the diving dig by Abramitis. And now a hard right-handed swing and a kill by Johnson. Saints got moving around, set up perfectly. Now set point for Marymount ahead 24-17. This serve will come from Buscemi, the libero tonight for Marymount. And she'll get an ace as Geisberger had to try to get out of the way of a sliding Hilty, who can't cleanly return the serve. That'll do it for the opening set as Marymount takes what was a very close opening set for the most part, blows it over with a run at the end of the set, as the Saints turn a very close set into a 25-17 trial. Welcome back live to the Kean Athletic Center, where Marymount takes the opening set 25-17 to grab a 1-0 lead in the match. Looking at some of the stats from that opening set, Miranda Cooksey, 3 kills, no errors, and 5 total swings to lead the Saints. With Mikhail Johnson and Alexa Martin each chipping in 2 kills and no errors as well. For the short women, 3 kills, no errors from Abby Smith, 2 kills from Taylor Haran to go along with 6 assists in that opening set, along with 4 digs as well. As Marymount hit 121 in the opening set compared to just 031 for the short women. Each team with just 1 service ace. One area where Washington struggled with service errors. That opening set 5 for the Shorewomen, just 1 for Marymount in that opening set. So underway here with set number 2 between the Saints and the Shorewomen. Women with the first point going the way of Marymount as the Saints grab the 1-0 lead. So the Shorewomen down by a 7. If there's anything we've seen from Washington over the last couple of years, it's that these Shorewomen won't back down from a challenge. And you can bet that Washington will try to find a way to come back and make this match interesting before it is over. This return of serve goes into the net to tie the set at 1 point apiece. In case you're wondering, yes, that was absolutely a Tom Petty reference. Rest in peace to the greatest rocker in the history of this world. 1-1 our score as Road will serve it up here for the Shorewomen to the near side, handle by the Saints. Set up on the near side for a right-handed swing and a kill from Emily Abramitis as she puts it into the back line past the diving Horan for Washington. So 2-1 the score, Saints ahead. They've beaten the Shorewomen 7 of the last 8 overall. The two teams in non-conference have still found a way to play every season since 2008. Not something you necessarily see in non-conference meetings nowadays, especially with the distance that has to be covered between Washington College and Marymount University. Because it's not exactly like those two teams are right down the road from each other like a Washington College and a Salisbury, which are separated by 2 hours, which is still a pretty good distance. Now you're talking, actually it's not as far as I thought for Washington College to Marymount. GPS says it's less than 2 hours, so really that's not that bad. It's actually pretty good for a non-conference opponent, especially here in the Eastern Shore of Maryland, where it's a little bit of a challenge, you could say, to find non-conference opponents to come play year in and year out with Washington College. Kind of be in the middle of nowhere compared to other institutions. Wesley's probably the closest one, but it's over in Dover, almost about 50 or 55 minutes away. So you're talking about an hour and a half to the next closest school after that. You talk about schools like Goucher, McDaniel, or Philadelphia schools, stuff like that. As this shot gets blocked in and out, it's by the Shorewomen point to Marymount. Enough geographical history, I suppose, for this broadcast. We'll get you back to the action on the court of Jazz and Roy will serve. With the Saints ahead 4-3 in the second set, ahead 1-0 in the match. Saran sets it up near side for Lizzie Baden. And Baden gets a kill as it falls into a couple of Marymount defenders. 4-4 our score. As Pete's back in for Road. And Bethany back in to serve for Geisberg. Marymount a match under 500 in the year so far, 7-8. Lost their last 2 matches, both in sweeps, both on the road at Mary Washington and 22nd ranked Christopher Newport, respectively. As this one set up on the far side for the right-handed swing, and a kill from Markham as it gets blocked back out of bounds by the jumping Kylie Peets. So 5-4, Marymount ahead. Set up on the near side here. The teams have switched sides for the second set. For Abramitis, a hard right-handed swing. Smith digs it near the ceiling where the ball stays in play. That's Kowalski with a weak left-handed effort. Dug up by the Saints. A hard swing now from Markham. It's played by Washington. But back to the Marymount side where Abramitis slams a shot off the outstretched left arm of Peets for the kill. The Saints grab a 6-4 lead here in the second set. After taking the opening set 25-17. Marymount in the midst of a rather lengthy road trip. A little 6 matches in a row away from home. The next match on the road at Penn State Harrisburg. That's quite a trip. Friday at 7 p.m. Then we'll play a tri-match on the road on Saturday as well. This shot errantly attacked. Washington gets the point. They trail 6-5. Horan will serve the senior. One of 2 young ladies in the Horan family to currently be involved in athletics at Washington College, with her younger sister, Reagan, a part of the softball team. As this shot gets sent out of bounds by Vinton, he gives Washington point and make it 6-6. As the elder of the Hurrians, Taylor will serve it up here once again. 6-all, set number 2. Washington down 1-0. As has been a theme against Marymount over the last 3 to 4 years. So Ryan sets it up near side for Baden, whose shot gets blocked, and it gets blocked out of bounds. So another kill for Lizzie. That'll be her 4th of the night. Baden having a pretty solid match tonight. 4 kills, just 1 error for Washington so far, as the Shorewomen lead at 7-6. Yes, Ryan serve handled by the Saints, set up on the far side for a punch over, which gets tipped by a couple of Shorewomen defenders. Eventually comes to Emily Hauk, who's into the match for Washington in this rotation. As Hauk is in, looks like Cassie Kowalski, the one on the bench for the Shorewomen. As it's currently Hauk and Baden, along with Abby Smith, the 3 outside hitters, out for the Shorewomen at the moment. This shot misses wide out of bounds as well. Shorewomen get another point. Washington now ahead 9-6. So Hauk will get some playing time here. Not sure if something's going on with Cassie or what the situation is. Looked a little bit slower than usual in pregame warm-ups, but nothing out of the ordinary. She is a little banged up. Perhaps you might be thinking it's a non-conference match. Maybe get her a little bit of rest when you can. Steal it here and there, especially in Washington, jumping back into some very important conference matches over the next week. At Dickinson Saturday, at Haverford next Wednesday. Very important road matches for the Shorewomen team, hoping to claw themselves back into the Centennial Conference playoff chase. Something that Washington has never done, which is make the Centennial Conference playoffs. They've been close a couple of times, but have never quite made it. It's closer under Coach Leventree than they have under any other coach. This shot by Hauk gets blocked by Cooksey. And for Cooksey, that'll be her 3rd blocked shot of the evening. Just like that, 3 straight points by Marymount. They've got the set tied at 9. As Rand sets it up to the near side for Hauk, the left-handed attack. And it's going to fall in as both Roy and Buscemi went to return the shot. And neither one that wound up playing, and they wound up looking at each other. So Emily will steal a kill on a point for Washington there. She'll only go ahead 10-9, second set. As Abby Hilty checks back in for Baden, she'll serve. Flips the top of the net, but handled by the Saints. Set up here for a hard shot kill by Cooksey. She uses that solid middle hitter frame to get over Kylie Peets. 10-10, second set. Marymount ahead 1-0. Reminder, women's soccer also currently in action against Swarthmore, the nation's 23rd ranked team. Garnet just scored a goal a couple minutes ago to go ahead 1-0 in that matchup at Kipper Field at Roy Curry Jr. Stadium. Marymount with another point here. Saints lead at 11-10. Yeah, so Rand sets it up for Pete. The tip one over here, dug up by Marymount. Set up on the far side for a right-handed swing and a kill by Johnson. She puts it perfectly on the back line. And now Marymount starting to make a little bit of a run. Saints lead at 12-10. Washington was ahead 9-6. A very quick 6-1 run here for the Saints. That's given them a 2-point cushion. Marymount did this again in the first set as well. This will be a point for the Shorewomen as Hauk shot gets blocked down out of bounds. It's 12-11. As Washington will get Roan and Geisberger back in here. As Hauk stays out there, along with Smith, the outside hitters. Still no Cassie Kowalski so far in this second set. And as we already said earlier, no Caitlin Marino tonight, sitting out tonight's match, trying to get that knee injury a little bit better. The shot to the back line dug by Horan. They're set up here by Rhodes with a tip over by Smith, easily played up by Vineyard. Buscemi sets it up near side, right-handed swing, gets through the outstretched arms of Geisberger as Abermitis will get the kill. Geisberger was in position, had the arms outstretched, and somehow that shot managed to get through the 6'2" frame of the senior from Illinois. Conference's leading shot blocker is Geisberger, 1.10 blocks per set, 57 total blocks, just 1 off the conference lead. So far tonight for Elena, no blocked shots so far. Geisberg. Now grabs a point here. Saints now lead 14-11. A 3-point cushion for the Saints over the Shorewomen. As Teresa Buscemi will serve. Goes from one side to the other, puts it perfectly on the sideline. You couldn't ask for a better serve than that from Buscemi in front of Smith. On the line perfectly. Saints now ahead 15-11. Coach Leventree thinking timeout. Not going to call it yet. But this team now finds themselves down by 4. As Rain has a scramble, but gets it set for Smith. And she sends the shot wise. It went on the opposite side of the out-of-bounds tag, and now Coach Leventree going to call for the timeout. So we'll step aside as well. Marymount ahead of the match, 1-0. The Saints now on a 10-2 run, and they lead at 16-11 here in the second set on Your Station TV and Centennial Conference Digital Network. So the Shorewomen had a 9-6 lead and were looking pretty good in the second set, but now Marymount has run off a 10-2 run to grab a 16-11 advantage with a whistle. And a violation call here against the Saints. And the point to Washington at his timeout. The Shorewomen still down 16-12. Washington 13-5 overall in the year, just 1-3 in conference play, however. As they split a tri-match at McDaniel on Saturday, as they got swept by the Green Terror before responding with a sweep of Marywood. It's been a little bit of a struggle for Washington over the last 10 matches as the Shorewomen, in their first 8 matches, started off 8-0, matched the best start in program history. Over the last 10 matches, just treading water, 500 ball for Washington sets, going 5-5 over the last 10, and trailing this one 1-0, down 17-12 in the second set. As the Saints lead here by 5. As for Marymount, Abramitis will serve. To the back line handled here by Road. Haran sets it up far side for Kowalski, who is in now for Washington for the first time in this second set, as she's been called upon out of this timeout. The Shorewomen struggled a little bit. Now back to the Marymount side, set up here for a running right-handed attack by Cordry, which gets tipped to the net. Haran now sets it up for Smith for the right-handed drive, tipped and dug by Abramitis. Now to the far side, Johnson throws a knuckleball over, which nobody was ready for. So Kowalski made a diving effort, but couldn't come up with it. The Saints go ahead 18-12. Abramitis will serve. Saints ahead by a half dozen. Now Roden has to freely hit this one back to the Marymount side, set up for a right-hand swing, which goes off the top of the net. It falls in off the hands of Cordry, and sometimes that's when you kind of know it might be your night when you're getting the bounces like that one. And again, Coach Leventree going to call for the timeout, so we'll step aside as well. Marymount ahead 1-0 in this match and appear to be closing in on the second set. Saints ahead 19-12 over Your Station TV and Centennial Conference Digital Network. So the Shorewomen have now used both their timeouts in this second set, trailing 19-12 and make it 20-12. And again, sometimes you just kind of know. As that serve from Abramitis, a good example of that. Clips the top of the net, falls down perfectly in front of Geisberger for the ace. Abramitis again serves to the back line. Roden has it. Grant sets it up for Geisberger, running right-handed swing, dug with one knee by Markham. Now Abramitis to the back line, played by Delty. Haran throws over quickly, scouted out perfectly by Marymount. Set up for the right-handed swing by Cordry, dug by Roden, right to Haran. Goes to Kowalski in the backside corner, dug up by the Saints. And now Johnson with a blast, and Geisberger gets her first block shot of the night. Long overdue block there for Elena, the conference leading shot blocker, gets her first of the night here on the 33rd point of set number 2. Unfortunately, the Shorewomen still find themselves down by 7. This one to the backside corner, nice diving dig by Kowalski as Haran goes to Baden, right-handed tip, played up by Abramitis. Here they go back to here, tipped in the net by Geisberger, but dug by Smith. Harant now near side, sets up Baden, right-handed tip. Partially blocked, but a kill for Lizzie as it was tipped by Cordry. Nobody there to back her up, so back-to-back Washington points, and the short will be back within 6. 20-14 is going to have a stoppage as one of the Marymount players has to tie their shoe. It's Markham. And Smith will serve, the freshman from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Product of Cumberland Valley High School. Set it up here for Johnson, who shot one off the out-of-bounds peg. That'll be a point for Washington. 3 consecutive points. Shorewomen. No easy way out of this set for Washington, but they're trying to claw back into it, down by 5. Abramitis with a swing to the back line here. Kowalski the dig. Korean near side sets up. Bain the right-handed swing, and Lizzie gets another kill. Now it's a 4-0 Washington run. They're back within 4, 20-16. And now Marymount head coach Beth Ann Wilson, her 25th season at the helm, going to call for the timeout of Maroons. So we'll set aside as well. A 4-0 Washington run. Here come the Shorewomen. Down by 4 now, 20-16 on Goose Nation TV and Centennial Conference Division. Run by Washington. Close the gap to 4 points, but now Smith gives them a point back with an errant serve. Right out of the Marymount timeout as the Saints go ahead by 5. Updated women's soccer, the Garnet scored the closing moments of the first half out at Kibler Field to give themselves a 2-0 lead over the Shorewomen at the halftime break. That's a ransom to Geisberger for the hard swing, but it's blocked by Markham. And now set up for the hard swing by Cordry. Nice dig by Kowalski. Now Baden lets a shot go. Her shot partially blocked. Dug up here by the Saints, played for Abramitis, who sends one into the Washington bench, into the foot of one of the recruits that Coach Lemontree trying to maybe get the commit here for next year. As the Shore will get the point now, 21-17. $16 players in the Washington roster this year, including 5 freshmen. Coach Lemontree has been bringing about the same amount next year. Nice diving dig here by Pete, but Baden just has to play freely back to the Marymount side. Tipped over here and getting a kill is Cordry from the Saints. 22-17, Saints up by 5. 3 points away from going up 2-0. As Cordry will serve. Handled by Smith. Aran. Jump ball here and not able to get it over. Falls down for the Marymount point, 23-17. Saints 2 points away from a 2-0 lead. As this serve handled by Kowalski, but it comes back to the Marymount side, where it goes to the far side here for a hard swing and kill by Markham. Saints return out of bounds, and now Marymount 1 point away from a 2-0 lead over Washington, ahead 24-17. And we'll end here off of an ace. So Marymount with an ace to end the second set as the Saints wind up winning the second set by an identical score of the first set, 25-17. Now 2 sets to the match. We'll come back with the start of the third set in a couple of minutes on Goose Nation TV. This is Centennial Conference. Live to the Kane Athletic Center, where, quite frankly, it's going to be a tough task for Washington now, down 2-0 as Marymount wins the first 2 sets by identical scores of 25-17. Take a look at some of the stats from the opening 2 sets. Marymount hitting 151 so far on the night, with Shorewomen hitting just 066 for the match. 4 aces for the Saints, 1 for Washington, 6 service errors for the Shorewomen on the night, just 3 for Marymount. Also 4 reception errors for Washington, just 1 for the Saints. As for Marymount, Miranda Cooksey leads the way, 6 kills, just 1 error. Also 3 blocked shots as well. 5 kills apiece for Michaela Johnson and Alexa Markham. Also 5 digs and a couple of blocks for Markham as well. Abramitis with 5 kills and 8 digs tonight for Marymount so far, as the Saints for the third consecutive set grab the opening point. 17 assists for Maggie Vineyard leads all players in tonight's matchup as well. For the Shorewomen here, 6 kills and 1 error for Lizzie Baden. A very solid match tonight for Baden so far. 3 kills, 6 digs for Abby Smith on the night. A couple of block shots for Lizzie, I should say, as well. 2 kills, just 14 assists so far tonight for Taylor Horan, who also has 6 digs for the Shorewomen. 2 kills apiece for Lana Geisberger and Emily Houck. 1 kill and 3 errors tonight. Uncharacteristically off match for Cassie Kowalski so far, who does have 7 digs. And a couple of block shots for Kylie Peets on the night as well, so Shorewomen trail here 2 sets to none, down 2 points to 1 in this third set. Make it 3-1 as Maroon errantly returns the serve. For the Shorewomen, 1 change to start the third set, as Isabella Sanzanelli, the freshman from East Northport, New York. Action for Washington on the court here in set number 3. As it's now a 4-1 Marymount lead, as Gordon just tees up and slams this one down in front of the diving Shorewomen defender. Marymount now ahead 4-1. Next time we'll see volleyball back in action inside the Kane Athletic Center as Lizzie Baden gets another kill here as this one gets narrowly returned out of bounds, now 4-2. We'll be on Saturday, October the 14th, as Washington will begin a season-high 6-match homestand with a tri-match against conference rival Franklin Marshall and a non-conference opponent in Alvernia as well. That'll be on Saturday, the 14th of October. Next time we'll see the Shorewomen in action here at home, following a pair of road matches at Dickinson and Haverford. Now with a 5-2 lead. Our next broadcast overall comes your way next Tuesday night, October the 10th. Happy 2-year wedding anniversary that night to my wife. I'll be spending it at work as men's soccer has a home match against Catholic at 7 p.m. Now with a 5-2 lead here, as this one's set up for the attack and the kill from Markham. It's Markham with a hard right-handed shot. Room couldn't get to it at the time. Marymount ahead by 4. Looking to end this match in straight sets for the 4th consecutive year. Looking to win their 8th match against Washington in the last 9 meetings as well. As Baden with right-handed swing here, Lizzie winds up with a kill. That one got hit a little bit awkwardly, but in for the point anyhow for Baden. That's now 8 kills and just 1 error so far tonight. Can't remember the last time where Baden had a kill to error ratio that good. Lizzie having an outstanding match so far tonight. Up to 106 kills now on the year after having 196 last year as a sophomore. This one gets slammed down for a Marymount point to kill, now 7-3. Mentioned the Shorewomen 1-3 in conference play. This is a non-conference match, but there is other action going on around the Centennial Conference tonight volleyball-wise. In fact, Washington, the only conference team in the Centennial, did not be playing a Centennial match tonight. So we're looking at some other scores here. Just a minute, Marymount now ahead 8-3. Haverford, we mentioned the Shorewomen play them on the road next Wednesday. Currently up 2-0 at Osiris as this serve gets returned out of bounds, and Marymount now ahead 9-3. Big lead here for the Saints. 23rd ranked Hopkins after the first set ahead of Dickinson 1-0. Franklin Marshall at home against McDaniel 1-0, about to go ahead 2-0, ahead 22-12 in the second set. And Muhlenberg at home against Bryn Mawr ahead 2-0 in conference play. That's Washington College again, the only team in the conference tonight that's in action to not be playing a conference matchup. Actually, I take that back. Gettysburg hosting Susquehanna. That's what I did for not doing advanced music. 9-4 our score. Marymount ahead by 5. Make it ahead by 4 at 9-5 as Rhodes will serve. Attack by Abramitis, which gets blocked out of bounds. So 10-5. by 5 this third set, already ahead 2 sets to none in the match. Now this one going to want to be another point for the Saints as they've got tipped and deflected 11-5 now. Marymount ahead by 6. Large cushion here for the Saints to start this third and potentially final set of the night. Smith handles the serve. Moran near side for Houck. Back out there for Washington. No Cassie Kowalski at the start of this set, much like in set number 2. As Maroon sets it up here for Smith to tip it over, partially blocked, back down to Abby. Geisberger now throws it back to the Marymount side, dug up by the Saints and set up for an Abramitis swing and a kill. So nobody was in that backside corner. Marymount gets the point. Saints now ahead 12-5, and Coach Leventree thinking timeout but not calling it. This one again winds up being a Marymount point after Washington called for the violations. The Saints now ahead 13-5, an 8-point cushion for Marymount. And Coach Leventree still not signaling that he wants the timeout, so we're going to play on at 13-5. This shot partially blocked the net. Set up for a hard swing in the center. Nice diving dig by Haran. As Rome goes to the near side for Houck. The swing partially blocked the net, and it's going to fall in for the kill. Washington finally ends the Marymount run, but not before the Saints take a 13-6 lead. Make it 14-6 as Washington gives the point back from a service error. And now we'll see Cassie Kowalski check in here for Emily Houck. So Kowalski into the third set action for the short women, but not before Washington falls behind 14-6. The serve handled by diving Bentley. Haran near side sets up Geisberger. Shot dug by Vineyard, who did the splits, but came with that ball anyhow. Now Abramitis' shot gets blocked, but dug up by Marymount. Johnson with a hard swing, blocked by Haran, but dug up again by the Saints. Who again go back to Abramitis, tipped in the net, and then dug in the back line by Bentley. Haran back to the far side for Smith with the drive and short of the kill. Goes through the arms of Abramitis, who was attempting to block. Back-to-back Washington points, or excuse me, 2 points out of the last 3. This one winds up falling in for another short-run point, so 14-8. And Smith will serve off the top of the net. Played out to the far side for a swing and a kill by Abramitis. Another point for Marymount, another kill for Abramitis, and it's now 15-8. Marymount ahead by 7. Women's soccer second half hasn't started yet. The Garnet head of Washington 2-0. As Geisberger tips this one over, now throw it back to the short women's side. Moran sets it up far side here for Baden, a right-handed swing, and Lizzie gets another kill. Lizzie having a solid match tonight. That's kill number 9 with just 1 error. As the short women pull back within 6 at 15-9. Hilty handles the serve, set up here for the hard right-handed swing and a kill by Cordry. She gets through a couple of shot blockers for Washington. Now 16-9, Saints ahead by 7. As Johnson will serve. The serve goes curving directly into the net. So Washington gets a point. Service error by Marymount, but it's still 16-10. Houck will check back in here for Kowalski. So Rand will serve. Heading for the backside corner, handled by Nguyen. Set up here for a tip over by Cordry, which is dug by Baden, or excuse me, by Sanzanelli. And so Rand goes to Smith for the shot, dug with the back line by the Saints. Now Smith. Rand has to punch it over with the right hand. Kept alive by Marymount, sent over here, partially tipped and dug by Houck. Moran goes to the far side for Baden, whose shot misses long. Past the back line. Marymount gets the point. It's now 17-10. There's a shot over the net. Baden has it. And Lizzie's dig goes back to the Marymount side. So the Saints with a chance here. Hard right-handed swing and a kill by Markham. The Saints now ahead by 8, 18-10, inching a little bit further away from Washington here. Still no timeout from Coach Leventree, it appears. Hasn't called one so far in this third set. As Horan sets it up for Sanzanelli to tip over. Isabella will get her 31st kill of the year. 18-11. As Bentley was going to come in, as was Hilty. Apparently some confusion with the rotations, and now Bentley is in for Baden to serve. And Hilty not coming in. That was a nice little bubble of confusion. Sarah will serve here, team down 18-11. And Bentley, who checks in to serve, promptly serves it long out of bounds. They give Marymount the point. You see that happen quite often in volleyball. Someone checks in to serve and immediately gets the point back on an air. As this one's set up on the far side, Haupt lets it go, and Emily plays it well long into the Marymount bench. 20-11, Saints ahead by 9, 5 points away from a straight set sweep. Horan goes to the far side for Smith. Shot got blocked. Dug by Horan. Road near side goes to Haupt. Shot got blocked by Cooksey, but into the hands of Horan, who plays it back ahead. Dug by Cooksey. Sent over for the right-handed drive and a kill by Markham. Goes off the net and off the hands of a blocker. Marymount now ahead 21-11. And it appears well on their way to a just over an hour-long straight set sweep of Washington for the 4th consecutive year. So there's a hard right-handed swing dug by Rowe, but into the scorers table. And make it 22-11. All Marymount in this third and final set. As Washington has played this set without Geisberger and Peets in very limited action with Kowalski, and as I mentioned earlier, no Caitlin Marino out tonight nursing that knee injury. Another point for Marymount, 23-11. As Maggie Monroe will come in for the first time for the Saints in place of Cooksey. Marymount going to go to 8-8 on the year. Washington going to drop to 13-6, 5-6 in their last 11 matches following an 8-0 start as Smith tips one over here. Abby will get a kill. 23-12. And now Geisberger will come in for Hilty. As Rowe's back in the libero as well. It's 23-12. Marymount ahead by 11. 2 points away from a straight sets win. As Amy serve, a very low one goes off the shoulder of Geisberger and into the net. Marymount now with 12 match points ahead, 24-12. Marymount 1 point away from their 4th consecutive non-conference sweep of Washington College. This is to the far side, handled by Smith. Horan sets it up for Abby to tip it over. Dug up high here by Vineyard. And now set up for a hard right-handed swing by Abramitis, dug by Horan. Road goes to the far side to Haupt. First shot dug by Abramitis. Saints keep it alive. A swing from the back line here from Roy is dug by Horan. Road goes to the near side for Haupt to tip it over. Dug up by Marymount. Set up for a right-handed swing down to kill by Maggie Monroe, and that's going to do it. As Marymount will take tonight's match in straight sets after winning this third and final set by a count of 25-12. As Marymount had to work a little bit for the first set, had a little bit of an easier time in the second set, blows the doors off of Washington here in the third and final set to win tonight's match by the final count of 3 sets to none. 4th consecutive non-conference sweep for Marymount over the shoulder. As the Saints go to 8-8 near Washington, now drops to